All right, friends, how are you today? Hopefully everybody was digging that good full moon energy. A lot of information came to the light, right? A lot of stuff came up to surface, hopefully igniting our heart's path and purpose. So today is the 13th of December 2019. We've got a lot of beautiful energy going on, okay? We're revisiting that grand water trine for just a couple of hours during the day as the moon's making the connection between Neptune and Mars, okay? We've got the moon making a connection to the north node at 9 degrees. We've got Venus meeting up with Pluto in Capricorn at 21 degrees. And then we have Mars at a perfect trine, over to Neptune. So Mars is over there at 16 degrees of Scorpio, and Neptune is at 16 degrees of Pisces, okay? So what does this all mean? Let me show you the chart for a quick second so you see all this good stuff. There's Mars at 16 degrees, Neptune 16 degrees, and just an hour later we're going to have, this is at 10 a.m. I rewound it just a little bit, okay? The north node and the moon are meeting up here in just an hour at 11. And then up here you see Venus, everything we want, love and desire, taking things very seriously in the sign of Capricorn here. We're moving forward with this. We're bringing our desires into action, which is the beautiful aspect of this. And then further, it's an extremely transformational day, as that's what Pluto is, okay? This is about death and destruction and rebirth. So when we have what we love, what we desire, meeting up with death, destruction, and rebirth at 21 degrees, okay, this is the general accepting defeat, okay? Accepting defeat. Mars at 16 degrees of Scorpio is about surrendering to a higher power, surrendering to the unknown, right? Neptune at 16 degrees is all about us coming together to create something more than what is individually, which is a really beautiful aspect, okay? So when we surrender, we don't know what's going to happen when we go to the potluck. We don't know what's going to happen, who's going to bring what. We don't know the conversations that we're going to have. That's the beauty of surrendering. We don't know what's around the bend, okay? And the conjunction happening at 9 degrees down in Cancer is something we've talked about before, is carving the first steps of carving a diamond. It's a perfect diamond. And now we're chiseling away at it piece by piece meticulously. Okay, we're not afraid that we're going to ruin it, which is very, very key. When we're surrendering to the universe, when we're surrendering to this higher power, when we're surrendering and say, okay, I'm living my purpose. I'm getting out of my head and living and doing what I have to do right now. I'm surrendering and committing. And this diamond, there's only one way to cut it, and that's by beginning the process and trusting in ourselves, having faith in our journey. That's what the sun is saying up there in Sagittarius, and Mercury as well. We must have faith in our journey. We must have faith in ourselves that whatever is going on, I'm willing, I'm accepting and allowing the road to unfold before me. I have no idea what's coming, and that's the beauty of this day. I as always, I can dig in for a lot longer, but that's the beauty of this. Sometimes I can sit here and rabble on for 20 minutes, but that's our energy. Let me come back here for a second again, just to show you, it's a little bit closer. It's not quite exact yet. Uranus here at 2 degrees, retrograde, okay? And Jupiter at 2 degrees, 2 degrees 26. So this is just, this is a near exact conjunction. It's going to be, exact, tomorrow, I believe, if I fast forward ahead. All right, on Sunday. Either way, we're still feeling this. Jupiter is our planet of expansion, limited here by Capricorn, limited by Saturn. Okay, Saturn is the big teacher, okay, that says this is the limit. This is the limit, my friends. Again, how much can we fill in our cup? Jupiter says, I can only expand and fill this cup to what Saturn allows me to what the limit allows me to. And Uranus says, look, we can find another way. We can break through what we have. That's the beauty. So here, this is the ruling sign of Jupiter, okay? It's about expansion. Saturn says, this is the limit of all things. I am the ruler of the physical reality. Uranus rules Aquarius, okay, which says I'm breaking through this physical reality, okay, expect the unexpected. Neptune, home here in Pisces, rules Pisces, which is about, the ethereal, the existential, the emotions that we cannot see. It's about the oneness that connects us all together, the dark matter, again, that oneness, that blanket. We're all connected energetically. We're all connected, okay? And this is our expansion within, again, those dreams and the imagination and all of these things. So how this works, again, is expansion within the physical realm, limited by Saturn, limited by Capricorn. Capricorn says, I'm the limit. I am the great, the most. This room is big, this room is bigger, this room is big, this room is bigger, this is the biggest. More, most. The limit, Capricorn reaches its limits. So when we have our planet of expansion in the sign of limitations, okay, connecting almost perfectly for this whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's just like, my child, you know nothing. You know nothing of your own boundaries and nothing of your own limits. You are so much more than you think you are. You can be so much more than you think, but you must surrender. As long as you're holding on to what you love and allow the universe to transform with you, right? Allow it to work through you, surrendering to our shadow, surrendering to our belief system, surrendering to our power struggles, coming together and uniting as one, and doing the work down here, emotional work that says, look, I'm going to carve this diamond. I'm going to carve, I'm going to paint my masterpiece. I'm going to create my opus. I'm going to write, this brilliant paper or this poem or the painting that's going to inspire people, whatever it is that's going on, as long as we're following our sun, our Mercury, and being able to communicate, again, and thinking and knowing that we can move forward in this journey, whatever's going on, to have faith in ourselves, to remember that by surrendering, that there's something else out there that we're going to be shown, by allowing and accepting whatever's coming around the bend, but not judging it before we get there. Oh, I know what's going to happen when I get to the potluck. I know what's going to happen when we do this. That's not our day. Our day is a day of mystery, unfolding and unraveling before our eyes, to be in awe like a child, like walking into the, like a little kid going into a mall. Or we have this thing called Bronner's here, which is a crazy Christmas store that's like up north in Michigan. And I mean, a kid goes into the store and they're just, or it's like Toys R Us, whenever Toys R Us still existed, it's like, this store is just dedicated for toys. And a kid's face is in there. It's like, I had no idea such a thing existed. I'd only seen the toy aisle in the local shop, or at a Meijer or a Ralph's or whatever, wherever you're at, whatever the local market is, the Dollar General, whatever. There's an aisle for toys. And then you go to some place like Toys R Us or a mall toy store. Oh my God, I didn't know this was possible. So that's part of our expansion process. How much can fit in our cup? What we're aware of. We might not have known that something so great was around the corner. But just trusting the process, trusting our intuition that leads us to wherever we go, trusting ourselves that we have the ability, that we have done the work, that we've done the work through this shadow process, that we are the masters of our own universe, the masters of our own reality. And watch life unfold magically before our eyes. Again, this Pluto-Venus, this happens once a year. It's a very, very powerful connection. Okay, Mars and Neptune making this trine. This only happens once every 2 years. Once every 2 years. It takes about 2 years for Mars to get around the zodiac. All right. And coming back here again for a second, these guys, it takes about 30 years for Saturn to meet up with Pluto. Okay. And the fact that it's going to happen in the sign of Capricorn, it's just epic. We'll talk more about that soon. That's coming up, I believe, on the 12th or the 13th. I think the 12th, but 12th of January. There's that connection. It's a big call and answer to something that happened in 2001. All right. So either way, beautiful, beautiful day. Surrender, allow yourself to flow with the river, move forward, come together, unite as people, as individuals, and as well as like understanding our own skills, just like that. Just like that carving the diamond, it's just like, what are you particularly good at? You know, we're not great at everything. You know, Einstein says the ability to judge to judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, we're going to think it's stupid. So sometimes we're trying to force ourselves a round peg into a square hole. We just simply don't belong in that place. We don't belong in that career path. We don't belong in that relationship. We don't belong wherever it is. We might have tried it, but it just doesn't work. You know. So this is like understanding, well, who we are. Well, I certainly fit in with this. You know, I certainly can do this, and I'm going to take advantage of the ability to do this. True story. My friend Jenna, love you. She's like, Aaron, I ordered this birthday book. My birthday's coming up on the 29th, and it's so funny. And she says, let me read your birthday. I said, I'd love you to. Thank you. And then she's reading it, and I'm like, yeah, that's nailing it. And it's like a career. You could be a singer or an astrologer, and it's like amazing. You know, I do both of these things, and it's like how spot on that is. It's like, you know, we find our own calling. You know, it's just like I didn't know I was going to do either of those two things years and years ago, but it's just by trusting the process and learning, you know, gravitating toward what feels right and going away from what doesn't feel right, we end up being exactly where we are. And then to capitalize on that, like, yeah, this stuff resonates with me, I'm going to continue doing that, you know? So it's like, what are you great at doing? Who are you? Why did you come here? What are you great at doing? Keep doing it, and know that, you know, that you are great at it. You know, be your own Bob Ross, your own a master painter, you know, whatever it is, your own poet, your own Van Gogh. You get it. Have a beautiful day, being yourself, not trying to be anything anybody else wants you to be, surrendering to the universe at large, going with the flow, living life. It's a beautiful Friday. Whatever's coming around the bend, we don't know, but we accept it with open arms and a smile on our face. We'll see you tomorrow.